I wake in the morning from a bird's tweet. Their chirps are singing, and it's a new day. I see my neighbors walking down the street. In all of our heads, there's nothing to say. I walk in the lush park just outside home, and many people are passing me by. We share a village, yet apart we roam. No words are said, no hello, no goodbye. How I want to know my community, the people I have never known at all. One day, I will take that opportunity and finally take down the great big wall. A beautiful village, so filled with peace. How is distance as natural as breeze? The sense of community in Ayala Alabang village is not as strong as you would think. The irony is that behind closed gates, there could not be more space between the residents living here. Having grown up here, it was a strange phenomenon to me that people could be friends with their neighbors. Many people I know today have really close friends that they grew up being neighbors with, which I still can't really comprehend. Many people that live in Ava move here for safety and security, especially parents and older people. So, making connections can be forgotten as a necessity. But, unrelated to living here, maybe making connections is a forgotten necessity as you get older. When you're an adult, making friends gets harder as you start to know what types of people you want to surround yourself with and who you don't. Kids don't seem to have this issue, but there's more of a reason than them just not having prejudices yet. It's important for children in their formative years to build connections. It's required for their development in terms of tactile learning and receiving the human need for socialization. Children are also, by default, given more chances to make friends. A lot of the friendships that kids make are based on proximity. The most prominent example is school. When children are subjected to one space for a number of hours a day, connections are built upon that commonality. The thing is about children's friendships is that they can also affect parents and adults in different ways. Whether it's a new mother looking for a mommy and me class to allow her baby to socialize, or parents subjected to talking to each other so they can make plans for their kids to have playdates. Now, for what you've all been waiting for, here is the introduction to the architectural program that I want to build. It's a children's library. There are a few reasons I wanted to do this, but here are the main three. First is to heighten the chances for proximity between neighbors as well as visitors through their children. Next is to create an interactive educational experience that promotes reading and literacy amongst children. It's also to encourage structured and abstract play for the children living in Ayala Alabang village that exists within a safe space for parents to be able to keep their minds at ease. First, let's talk about the sites. Starting with the Meso site, we have Ayala Alabang village. It is a gated community within Muntinlupa City, which houses approximately 20,000 residents comprised of mostly families, due to the cost of living plus the size of the lots. It is surrounded by a variety of commercial areas. The village is also known for being a bird sanctuary. Now, onto the microsite, where the building will actually be placed. It is an abandoned park within the village on Batangas North. The location description is that it is secluded, near a main road, but hidden enough to be typically empty. It sits directly across Alitagtag Street and is surrounded by residential houses. Some natural features are that it is dense with trees and provides ample shade. Some man-made features that exist there is that it is directly beside a plaza with a central statue of Mother Mary and a playground, which includes a small swing set and a seesaw. The sensorial experiences that exist within the space are that the aging of the site and the unkempt nature will make you uncomfortable and sort of dirty. The climate for the site follows Muntinlupa usual weather, which is typically dry. Based on the parameters of the meso and microsite, I can now show the form evolution which inspired the final massing. I started off with a simple box, which I pushed back to maximize the views from the site, since the back of the site is obstructed by a tall wall. I then extended the form to maximize the lot space as it is pretty thin. It is a 10 by 30 meter lot. The form was then manipulated to include space for existing or new trees, as well as block out external noise and cover the back wall. The front of the form is then subtracted in a triangular shape to enclose the space for safety, as well as maximize the views within the site. Maximizing the views within the site means that from both ends of the structure you will be able to see through the windows. This is so that children can see their own parents and vice versa, whether the kids are outside or they're inside. The final form massing is supposed to give the visual of an open book. It will also allow enclosure from both sides for noise, view cancellation, and safety. The views from one area of the building can extend into the other end, as well as the outdoor area. The roof is angled down to open up avenue for tiny architecture, which makes kids feel bigger. It is also for durability and drainage. Next, thanks to the architectural drawings such as sections and floor plan, we can now begin to do activity mapping. Here on the left side of the building, we have the actual library area. This is where structured play as well as interactive learning will take place. Structured play will exist in the form of little pods as well as existing toys, and interactive learning will come from the books. On the far right of the floor plan, we have the communal area. This is where parents and families can congregate, where people can sit and rest, make friends, talk, wait for their kids, etc. On this side of the building, there will also be a bathroom. In the middle, we have the lobby. This will include the entrance as well as the help or front desk. Finally, we have the outdoor area where abstract play will be encouraged. Abstract play is a chance for kids to use their own imagination to play however they like without the confines of walls or goals. Just fun for them. Any extra space left on the sides of the building will be saved for existing and/or new trees. This is to further enclose the space as well as reduce the disruption for neighboring areas such as residential homes or the Shrine of Mama Mary. For the final showcase of photos, I'll be going off script and talking about how I feel about the program as a whole. Essentially, the only reason I wanted to make this is so that kids in my community will have more chances to make friends, build connections, or even just have a place to go to escape from home and relax. Making new connections isn't even a requirement for visiting this space, because I want it to also be an avenue for building the existing relationships you have, so you can visit this place with your family, with your friends, and build new experiences with them. I think being friends with your neighbors is something that a lot of people can take for granted, since in this village it isn't really common, and so I hope to build an avenue for that with this program. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.